President Obama using that pen and phone yet again, signing an executive order requiring paid sick leave for employees of federal contractors. Roll tape.
And there's a good proposal out there, the Family Act, that would deal with some of these issues. I'm calling on Congress, take a cue from the rest of the world, work together in a bipartisan fashion. Find a way to make paid leave, paid family and medical leave a reality for all Americans.
We've got Katherine Timpf from the National Review here. Obviously, and this will not be good for business, Kat.
No, businesses are going to fight against it, and it's not really good for workers either, because the businesses that hire contractors, they have the option, because contractors are cheaper, to take risks on people that they might not normally hire. When that starts to be less the case, there'll be people that could start as contractors and kind of advance, make some extra money, that won't really have that opportunity.
The notion of fleshing this out, beyond the executive pen, that all, he mentioned 44 million people don't have this kind of thing. And he wants to start with businesses at 15 employees or higher. I don't think this is when President Obama's inexperience in the real world really shines through. The average business with 15 employees, you don't want to stop them from being able to hire more people. This is the kind of thing that stops a business dead in its tracks.
And that's the problem, obviously, with things like this executive order, which he has done time and time again. You would think for a former college professor he would have a better understanding of economics, but he doesn't.
Well, there's economics in the books. I know. Remember that movie with Rodney Dangerfield? You're too young, but where they were teaching economics, and he was talking. And he was talking about in the real world, back to school. There's one thing to say on paper, this looks fair, it looks nice, it looks like it'll work, but understanding that you actually hurt people when you do this, because I would rather have a job than no job if the difference is sick leave. We're going to come back to that in a minute, guys, but also want to talk about the primaries in Iowa. Donald Trump's lead in the latest Marist polls now 29%. Dr. Ben Carson hanging tough, though, at 22%. However, the remaining candidates all in single digits. Now, on the Democrat side, Bernie Sanders pulling ahead in New Hampshire. That same poll has him at 41%, Hillary at 32%, and Joe Biden at 16%. And I got to tell you, they were really fired up about Biden at a Labor Day Union rally. Roll that tape.
Thank you.
Run, Joe, run, Kat. What do you think?
Definitely a big concern for Hillary. He's so lovable. He has that lovability factor where you want to get a beer and let's see what Uncle Joe will say. Hillary, she's boring. She's not trustworthy. People see his tendency to make gaffes as a positive, I think, because it's like he's being transparent. He says what's on his mind, which is the opposite of what Hillary
kind of cool
has.
these days, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a cool thing now. But
can he win? I mean, can he win? I mean, that's the problem. I mean,
ironically, Joe Biden is beating Trump in national polls, and Hillary's not these days. So, listen, there was a time a year ago where you say, yeah, he's like everyone's crazy uncle. Yeah. It's fun to have a family reunions, but one drink too many, put him back upstairs.
Crazy uncles are in right now. Look at Donald Trump.
Though. I mean, I'm sorry, but all this stuff is going to come out.
What stuff?
But kind of some, being a little too close to women sometimes at functions where cameras are rolling. I mean, remember that?
I don't forget that, but I got to tell you something. All of the traditional things that normally would have sunk a candidate 3-4 months ago may not be in play these days. Let's shift gears a little bit, because what's happening in Europe is really devastating.